It's Friday, so welcome to Amra's writing room. I am on my day off from my regular gig as a teacher, and I am in my writing studio getting to be an author for the day. So just wanting to talk about my week and my plans for the day and do my vlogging. I haven't been feeling well this week. I think there's a virus going around the school. This is the joys of being a teacher. You're constantly collecting every virus there is. So I haven't been feeling 100%, so I haven't been doing as much as I would usually like to do. I've only written about 2,500 words in my novel, so today I'm wanting to catch up on that. My daughter's also been a bit sick, so I had the day off yesterday to care for her. So I used that day to send off for printing my Kickstarter merchandise. And it's always daunting setting off hundreds of dollars worth of printing. I've, proofread it and checked it and sat on it and thought it was pretty good, but it still takes me a while to kind of work up the guts to submit things for printing. So I'm getting my bookmarks and my historical information cards printed. And it's also good because within my Kickstarter, I want to actually itemize how much everything is so that people understand, what prices I'm doing on things. And I'm debating about, I don't really want to worry about postage individually. I just want to have a amount that includes all the different things that I want to do for Kickstarter. So I'll be doing paperback editions and fancy editions. I won't say more than that. I'll wait until I get a proof copy. And then I will be separately sending bookmarks and historical information cards as part of the merchandise. So I feel good that I did that I got that in process because I also want to, for my Kickstarter, actually display the merchandise and be able to record it. I think it's really important to sort of show people what they're going to be getting. I'm still doing my proofreading for my non-fiction essays that I'm going to be sending and providing as part of my Kickstarter. So that's just taking a while. I've also had a meeting with my PhD supervisors. So you may or may not know, I've been doing a creative writing PhD for 7 years. And as part of this PhD, this is where this crime series was born. And the first novel is actually part of my thesis. I was supposed to write a 180,000 word novel. I wrote 180,000 word novel, 120,000 word prequel, and then a second and a third novel of 60,000 words. And each of them also have bonus chapters and bonus scenes that, are at least like 20 to 30,000 words. So a lot of writing over the 7 years, and it's been a really long process. I had a really tough time last year, and I kind of hit a wall with the thesis, and I did a draft and sent it to my supervisors, but I was in a space where I didn't know that I could continue with it, and so they took their time to give me feedback. And so we met last night, and I asked them just to send me the feedback so I could have a read of it and disseminate it and just see how I'm feeling psychologically. So I'm going to be trying to push through that. I'm just a bit hesitant in terms of adding it to my workload right now because I'm really enjoying the creative process that I've got and all of these creative projects that I've got in place. So I might leave it for school holidays. I'm just going to leave it a little bit and just see. I've told my supervisors that I will respond to them within the next few months, and tell them what my next steps will be. They offered the option of me taking another leave of absence. I'd like not to do that, but I also just have to prioritise my well-being and my health. And this thesis has been 7 years, and during that time a lot of things have happened to me, including losing both of my parents under very, very traumatic circumstances within 10 months of each other. And so I've already taken, bereavement leave where I was incapable of being able to work on it. So we're just going to do a watch this space with that and see how I psychologically feel about it, and slowly, figure it out. I also have a business advice meeting today, so I am on the books with Writers Victoria as a mentor, and so I'll be meeting with an author to help advise them about what their journey might be, what they might want to do in terms of do they want to pursue traditional publishing or self-publishing or hybrid publishing. So I really like that opportunity to be able to use the knowledge that I've gained and all of the things that I have learnt to support other writers, and it's just also nice to have different streams of income. So, I do workshops, I do panels, sell my books, and then, also that. So I also just wanted to update my podcast. It's been released. I don't know, I think it's got something like 15 downloads. I had one of my beautiful, beautiful friends, Jodie, listen to the whole first episode and sent me an email. And she's a teacher, so she is just a beautiful human being. So I just wanted to read some of what she said. I wanted to let you know I listened to your podcast this morning and it was awesome. Really loved your natural conversational tone. Really felt like you were just talking to me. You're a natural. Fave part was you describing your approach to your studio time like a normal work day. And it was really interesting hearing how you stumbled upon the Historical Society and everything that flowed from that. And so then she told me about how she listened to it. I was a bit paranoid with that first episode because I was recording it with a clicker on my phone, so a Bluetooth clicker that would stop and start my recording. And so I recorded it in little short bits and then put it together as the one episode, and I was a little bit paranoid about the clicker, so I think it showed up just a tiny bit but not much, so I'm really relieved about that. And I'm just seeing there's been a little bit of a natural flow on because I've been more active with video shorts and some video promotions of myself talking, which seems to be very appealing to social media algorithm. And so I've been getting a few more followers on social media, which is also really great because I am just starting all of these new projects and just putting things out there and just seeing where they go. So my goal today is to work on my novel, to get my word count up. I actually think I would like to work on this article that I've had in my head and I've held space for a while, and it's kind of getting to the point where I do think I want to prioritize that. I am still a little bit tired and my concentration isn't great, but I do want to at least do 1,000 words on my novel just to sort of work move forward with that. Another fun thing that I did that I just wanted to mention is I designed some bookmarks for my friend Divaroran, and she has a launch coming up of her fantasy novel Blood Moon Bride, and so she's organising that. And so I did some designs for her bookmark to look at, and I'm also going to do some graphics for her. And I just like being in that space and doing fun graphics and doing cute things like that. So I'm really excited about helping her have her pretty bookmarks for her launch that she's doing in March. So I'm going to get on with things a little bit, do a little bit of writing, a little bit of pondering, and and then have my meeting. So I'll just be doing some regular updates of where I'm at. So it's midday. I'm about to have my lunch, so I'm doing my writing update. Today is one of those days where there was no inspiration. I really did not feel like writing. I really struggled. I spent about an hour sort of organising my scenes and organising what I needed to write. I'm at that point in the novel where I'm not sure that it's working. Like, I had this vision at one point where it's like everything's going to come together, and now I'm like, I don't know if it's coming together. I don't know if it's like being sick, losing the flow of the novel a little bit. When you're a little bit sick, you're kind of questioning myself. So I did what any writer must do in this situation, which is just write through it. I picked a scene that was kind of, moving the plot along, and just wrote it out and just got 1,500 words down. Really terrible writing, but just kind of needing to, I think, just, move it forward, just, And then as I was writing, which is what usually happens, I do the problem solving where I'm like, okay, so this has happened now, but now I need something else to happen. How can I? And then it occurred to me how I was going to make sure that, some of the scene flows on. So I guess what I wanted to underline is that in this creative world, there is this saying, and I really hold it true to my heart, which is writing is 99% perspiration and 1% inspiration. And that is so true, because you don't always feel like writing, you don't always feel creative, you don't sort of feel in that space. But, I made a commitment to myself, and I made a commitment to this book, and I have this day that is my writing day, and I need to use it for that. And so that means pushing through the blocks and pushing through the self-doubt, and this, moment where I'm not feeling inspired at all. So I did, and I think I'm just going to check my word count. Where am I up to now? So I'm now at 24,244 words. So I wanted to be at 25,000 words by the end of this week. So I'll be doing some writing on the weekend to get it back on track. I think I'm just going to knuckle down and just sort of do the scenes that I've got in my head. And then what I might have to do is, look at the flow and look at the chronology and joining it up. One of the things that presenting a bit of a challenge for me is, because I've been thinking about this series, and then I've been thinking about this as a foundation for other series, I'd already made the decision that I wanted to bring characters back from previous books. And so in this book, I'm bringing them back, but then there's that difficult space of you want to bring them back, but you can't have too much. I don't want to say too much about them because that will then be challenging for me to write their books. So in some instances, that's made me a little bit self-conscious and a little bit hamstrung when I'm writing scenes, or I'm like, oh, what are they going to be talking about? And, you know, what's the heart of it? So I also feel like I need to work through that block, and I just need to develop those characters more, because in a sense, the only reason that people will want to read the series and will want to read the continuation of these characters is because they care about them, and so they need to have full lives in the books that I'm writing, so that then people want to read their lives outside of. Anyway, I feel happy with my progress. I feel good with what I've done. I've got some time before my 1 o'clock meeting, so I've got to eat lunch, but also sort of look at what else can I do with this time and this brain. One of the things that I do in my writing life is, you know, which brain do I have? So, you know, sometimes I have that brain that is, you know, sparkly unicorns and rainbows and inspiration, and writing, the creative writing is really easy. But then on days like this, where I'm not really feeling that, you know, creative aspect, well, this is the time to work on other things, on my admin things. So, you know, I could be working on my audiobook and getting production ready for that. What else could I be working on? I don't know that I've got the brain space for that article that I wanted to do. And this is why the to-do lists are handy, because when I've got this sort of a brain, I can't remember anything. I sort of feel a bit off. Yeah, I think it's going to be an admin day. I also saw this thing about Canva plugin with AI, so that you can use ChatGPT to put in prompts through a Canva plugin to create social media posts. And I watched a tutorial and it looked really cool, because, you know, as you know, I love doing graphics and I do a lot of graphics. But sometimes I do some really like boring graphics where it's just about, you know, a promo that might be going on, or a price reduction that might be going on, or a countdown or something like that. So I want to also see, can I figure out how to do this plugin and automate some of that stuff. I mean, I still really love creating graphics, and it is very much my happy space, but I also do want to do a little bit more automation of that process, and just, you know, like for example, graphics promoting my writing room, or graphics about my podcasts and stuff like that. So just some regular things. So I shall poke around with that. Maybe that's the brain that I need for today. Anyway, I'm going to go. I have got some messages coming in from friends. Ooh. So it's 2:30 and I'm about to pack up and finish my day in my writing studio. It has been a fairly successful day. I'm feeling really good. I struggled in the morning. I was really tired and feeling in a bit of a funk, but I pushed through and I got words down. I planned my novel, and so I feel like I've got a roadmap for that, and that feels very exciting. And I've just finished a business advice meeting. I am a mentor through Writers Victoria, and so I work with writers to mentor and support them. And this particular author is someone who is figuring out their pathway, and they're entering the indie world, and they're pursuing the indie journey. And it was just so uplifting and so exciting to talk to someone who's entering this world. And it was also really validating for me, because I know that I do know a lot about this world, and I know, I've done so much, but having the opportunity to talk to this mentee and give him advice and sort of share my information and my knowledge to help him find his pathway just felt so validating, because I realized I have grown so much. I have learnt so much. I have developed so many new skills that I am applying in my new role as an indie author, as a small business owner, as a small press. And I just got so much energy. Like, it's just so good to talk to people in this world and to feel that sense of excitement and that sense of risk taking and daring and dreaming and being creative. And I just feel like it got me out of my funk, and I just feel so excited and so happy now, and really inspired myself. So that is the wonderful thing about this world, and not knowing where your next conversation is, or who you're going to talk to, or the next opportunity. So this was a really lovely thing, and a really lovely day. I'm hoping that I might get to work with this mentee a bit more in the future, which would be wonderful, because seeing someone's journey all the way would be really exciting. So it's been a good week. I'm still hoping to do some writing this weekend. And yeah, sometimes it's not about the inspiration, it's about the perspiration. So hopefully I've broken through that block, and now it's going to be more of the wave of the inspiration again, where I will be feeling that inspired creativity with my novel and feeling that connection. So until next week, when I will continue my adventures in my writing world and my being a writer in process.